I'm Steve. Today I'm going to talk to you about domestic violence. It's not really a very current event in terms of timeliness, but it's something that happens way too often, and it's something that I think that we all kind of need to address and really take note of and really find out what the problem is and how we can solve it. So today I'm going to talk to you about some professional athletes that have committed domestic violence, have proven that they have committed domestic violence, and these people who are athletes who kids grow up, who they want to be, and they look up to these people. So these are really role models for a lot of people. So I'm going to just highlight a few of them and just kind of paint a little bit of a picture here for you. The first guy I'm going to talk about is Floyd Mayweather. As well, I'm not going to put up all of their stats of who they are and all their accomplishments, just because I don't think that they really deserve that at this point. I'm going to tell you a little bit about their background, but all the things you're going to see on the PowerPoint are things that they've done in the past that you should really pay attention to. So Floyd Mayweather, he is a world famous boxer. He is currently 49-0 in all of his fights. He earned over $220 million in one fight. That's one fight he earned over $220 million. Wow. Which is pretty insane when you think about it. He doesn't talk about his violence history. Whenever somebody asks him a question about it, he just diverts into another topic. And if you think about it, this guy is a professional fighter. He's a boxer. He's trained to hit people, beat people up, knock them out as much as they can. And he's attacked the mother of his children. He's beating up women. So if you think about it, this is a boxer hitting other people, and somehow it's just, that's not all right. To think of that as basically, this is his hobby, is basically beating up other people aside from his job. So these are a few of the stats of what he was charged with. He actually spent 90 days in jail, but was released after 60 days on good behavior, or probably from the amounts of millions of dollars that he had. So to kind of give you a little bit of who Mayweather actually is and the kind of personality that he shows, just have a quick video here for you guys. Kind of puts a little bit into perspective, if it decides to load.
In your case, there's been actual convictions, and no governing body has ever suspended you or sanctioned you. What message do you think that sends victims of domestic violence?
I say I want everybody to tune in May 2nd. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. This is a fight that you can't miss.
But there are a lot of people who wonder why you should be allowed to continue to box in the highest profile events when you've got the track record that you have, when in other sports there have been serious repercussions for some of these athletes.
Well, everybody, when it's all said and done, only God can judge. But I don't want people to miss this fight. This is an unbelievable matchup. Mayweather Pacquiao, May 2nd. Be there.
With that, Mayweather was gone, declining to answer further questions. Just days ago, the Nevada State Athletic Commission had to decide once again.
That's who Mayweather is, and I don't know if you noticed at the end of the clip there how he kept looking back at the reporter, like giving him kind of a smug look, like, why are you asking me these questions of when I'm about to go make, $200 million. So that's the kind of person that he is. He doesn't want to talk about it, and he basically feels okay about what he did in the past, and he's not going to talk about it. The next person I'm going to talk about is Hope Solo. She is a woman, and domestic violence doesn't just stereotype with men hitting women. It can also lead to the other role of women beating up on men or other people. She assaulted her sister and her 17-year-old nephew. She was fairly intoxicated when this incident happened. She repeatedly punched her nephew in the face and hit his head against a concrete floor. While she was arrested and in custody with the police, you can see the quote up there. She said, "If the handcuffs were off, I'd kick your ass." So that just kind of gives you a little bit of a sense of who this person is and what their intentions are with these people or in these attacks. She then went on Good Morning America, I believe, with the Today Show, And she claimed that she was the one who got beaten on, that her sister and nephew were the ones who decided to beat her up when she only had one injury, when she had a broom broken over her head because her nephew hit it over her head to get her to stop, attacking Hope Solo's sister. So that just kind of really puts it all into perspective of it doesn't just happen, men beating up on women. It does happen the other way as well. And just to give you a little background info on her, she is a Team USA soccer goalie, and she won the World Cup just this past summer with Team USA. And USA Soccer didn't do anything to punish her. They didn't suspend her. They didn't really do anything about it. They just kind of turned the blind eye and just said, just keep playing soccer and win us a World Cup, is basically what they said. So that one really kind of irks me a little bit to say. Next person, Greg Hardy. He was guilty of assault on a female and communicating threats to her. These points here really kind of throw out what he really did to her. Threw his girlfriend into the tub and onto a sofa covered with guns. So if you think about that situation, it's kind of like, what kind of living situation are these people in? As well, the victim said he looked into her eyes and told me that he was going to kill me. So it really makes you think about what these people are doing. And just to let you know as well, this guy is a defensive end with the Dallas Cowboys. So he's 6'5", 280 pounds. And he was the person who said that the girlfriend threw herself into a bathtub. And just think about how crazy that statement is that somebody decided to throw herself into a bathtub to cause bruises. I don't know about you guys, but I have never found the urge to throw myself into a bathtub just to cause injuries of a situation. He was then cut by the Carolina Panthers, the team he was with, after he was found guilty, and he also has had no remorse on what he did. When reporters ask him questions about it, he just diverts it straight back to football. So it's almost like, why are you doing this and not talking about these situations? And the final person I want to talk about is Ray Rice. Does anybody in here know who Ray Rice is or what his situation was?
Oh, yeah.
A few people. So if you don't know, he was with his fiance at the time. They were in Atlantic City gambling and just having a weekend out. There's actually video of this confrontation of him actually hitting his then fiance, knocking her out, and then dragging her out of the elevator. And it was just this huge media circus. So it gained a lot of attention, and people really looked down upon him. He fessed up to it. He said it was a mistake. He said he was intoxicated. They were both intoxicated. He ended up marrying his fiance. He's really going out and addressing his problem and saying, this was a mistake. I really want to make it better. I really want people to see who the person that I actually am instead of this domestic violence case. He had a huge press conference where reporters were asking questions about it. He was answering them all fairly honest, in my opinion. And he's really been showing signs of trying to get better. But no NFL team wants to touch him. Nobody wants to do anything with him just because of the attention's brought up. So a person who's fessed up to his mistake and tried to make it better, people say, no, we don't want you. But the people who say, you know what, it's in the past, I'm not talking about it, they'll continue to make millions of dollars. So it just really makes you think on this whole situation. And finally, I just want to let you know that you never really know it's happening until it's already happened. It's gone too far. And you think that it just happens with athletes and all these people have money and think they can get away with it. But my aunt was a victim of domestic violence for 20 years. And my family only found out about it 2 weeks ago. So it's a huge problem that people think that they're okay with it happening, or people who have had it happen to them think that it's their fault or they can fix it or things will get better. But that's not always the case. So if you see something, say something about it. I know that's probably a slogan that you've heard before, but if you see something happening, you know, let somebody know, because these things can happen. And I have a bunch of links here that I really hope you guys can look at. I'll send them to you if you want, but look at them. These are reporters talking about the people that I've talked about, and videos of really showing evidence of these situations, and it really makes you look at the situations differently. So, yeah, that's everything.